If you are facing sex offender probation in Colorado, you need to understand something very clearly. This is not ordinary probation. Colorado sex offender probation is notoriously demanding, highly structured, and unforgiving. It often includes intensive supervision, mandatory therapy, strict residence and travel restrictions, polygraph examinations, curfews, employment rules, smartphone and internet limitations, and even DNA registration. And here's the hard truth. Even a minor misstep can have major consequences. Those consequences can be things like a missed check-in, an internet issue, an unfinished journal assignment. Any of these can result in a violation of your probation, an extension of probation, or even incarceration or revocation to prison. When you combine that with the difficulty of finding housing or employment while carrying a sex offender conviction, it's easy to see why so many people feel overwhelmed, even trapped. Probation in Colorado is broad and it is heavily monitored. Officers and treatment providers are trained to look for what they call thinking errors, signals of entitlement, boundary testing, or poor judgment. Sometimes a request that seems reasonable to you can be interpreted as manipulation or resistance if it's poorly framed or poorly timed. That's how people end up violated when they didn't intend to break any rules at all. This is where having the right attorney help you get through really matters. My name is Ted McClintock. I have nearly 30 years of experience in this exact area of law. I was a deputy district attorney in charge of the Special Victims Unit in El Paso and Teller Counties, and now I defend sex cases and represent clients navigating SOMB probation. I understand how prosecutors think, how probation officers operate, and how treatment providers evaluate compliance. How can I help? I don't just show up when there's a problem. I help clients avoid problems before they happen. For example, probation homework and thinking error journals. I review therapy assignments to make sure they reflect accountability, not defensiveness, and I help correct issues before they're flagged as violations. Sex history reviews and clarification letters. If your history needs explanation or if letters are required, I help you strike the right tone, showing responsibility without sounding manipulative or minimizing. There are very difficult conversations talking to probation officers or therapists about privileges, travel, employment, relationships, or internet use. Those can be risky. I coach you on how to ask without sounding entitled or demanding, so you don't damage your trust with your probation officer or your treatment provider. Think of me as a sounding board, someone who understands this system inside and out, helping you stay compliant and avoid revocation. This is a long-term strategy. Probation isn't just about surviving month to month, it's about positioning yourself for progress. Colorado law allows early termination of sex offender probation in some cases, and reductions to unsupervised probation even in lifetime supervision cases. But those outcomes require consistent compliance, strong treatment participation, and solid recommendations from probation and other providers. With my guidance, your paperwork improves, red flags are avoided, your credibility increases, and when the time comes, you're prepared to make a persuasive case for reduced supervision or even freedom. We want to help you rebuild your life. Probation isn't just legal, it's personal. I help clients navigate family reunification, manage how they present themselves in therapy and court, and address housing and employment challenges under restrictive conditions. This is about rebuilding stability, not just about avoiding punishment. Colorado's sex offender probation is among the strictest in the nation. We know that. It's a narrow path, and mistakes can be costly. But with nearly 30 years of focused experience, I'm here to help you navigate probation, treatment, and the path forward, so you don't just survive probation, but move forward toward real recovery and long-term success. If you want to learn more, please contact me for a free confidential consultation. My name is Ted McClintock. Call me at 719-520-3968 and let an experienced advocate help you stay compliant, avoid revocation, and move forward with clarity and control.